Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new or just clicked on this video, thank you very much. My name is Alexis and this is the Goddess of Daydreams Tarot. Today we're going to be going over the energies that are coming through the new moon in Aries. This is quite a powerful new moon. We have about 4 or 5 planets in the sign of Aries. So definitely this is quite a powerful energy that I think we should be utilizing. However, we're going to be taking a look at the energies that the universe wants us to be aware of, to be open for, and cautious of during this time. Please take what resonates, and I hope you receive the insight, answers, and clarity that you need through this reading. So we're starting off with some oracles to kind of pick up the overall energy that's coming through. And then we're going to go more into detail with the tarot. All right, Spirit, do you want me? Okay, we're doing 3 cards, I guess. First card I have is Hope, Anticipation, Bright Prospect. Why I cannot talk? Hope, Anticipation, Bright Prospects, Wish. That's our first card. Then we have Immortal, The Consuming Family, Pressure of Peers. And then we have Natural, Authentic, Real, Organic. All right, so, this definitely feels like a new chapter in a lot of people's lives right now. I do sense for a lot of you, you are feeling hopeful for something. I don't know about the current situation. Maybe you're like a little, but when it comes to your personal life and your own reality, you're feeling a lot hopeful. And especially with this Immortal card, I feel for a lot of you, you have just escaped the clutches of like a really strong demonic force, the consuming family. It feels like you were around an energy, and it doesn't have to be family related, but someone that just always constantly fed off of your energy. Because with this Natural card, they know you're like the real deal. For a lot of you, you are like a divine being. Maybe for some of you, you are angels. Maybe for some of you, you are fairies. Maybe for some of you, you could also be, alien. However you see fit. But this immortal energy, like, it's just giving me like somebody or many people just saw your light and power and just felt like you were their battery. They could just come over to you and consume your energy, your light, your presence as much as they want. However, with this Hope card here, I feel that you are getting out of it, or like I just said, you just escape escaped the clutches out of these energy vampires, I would say. Okay, I see, Spirit. I feel what's going on with this new moon is that, and especially like for my family, we kind of been experiencing it, that a lot of people from the past are coming back to start to feed off of you, because it's the beginning of the zodiac, like, of the brain, get it together. It is the beginning of the zodiac cycle. So it's like our own new year. There's a new fresh energy within you. Maybe for some of you, you took some time off to reconnect. And after this Aries season, you feel a little bit more empowered. Or you're being asked to really tap into that fire energy and bring your flames more into the forefront. Because I do sense that there are people from the past, especially energy vampires, trying to come back into your life and do what they're used to doing, leeching off of people. But you got something for them, that fire that they're not expecting. Or it could be that this fire that you have is what was helping them come, like, get it together. This fire, or this like spark of energy that you have, is what feeds them. But it's kind of like giving me like, They're going to bite off more than they can chew, or they're going to consume something and they're going to burst into flames. I'm not going to say like literally, but I do see that with this new moon energy, like this new moon is not playing around. It is letting you know you need to use your fire to strengthen yourself and to burn down your enemies. Uh, Not literally, figuratively, or spiritually. You can spiritually, how can I put this? You can spiritually cast fire and let or ask your divine fire to consume and to burn away the distractions, the disruptions, and the consumers of your energy. Like, why have a power if you're not going to use it? I understand you don't want to get in trouble, you don't want to be demoted, or whatever the case is. However, you need to use these flames to protect yourself. Just know when to use them when you are defending yourself, and not to use them when, like, someone is, I don't know, let's just say, like, someone says something you didn't agree to. That doesn't mean you gotta roast their ass. Just be like, okay, fine, you can be stupid. I'm gonna go on my own way. Like, pick your battles carefully because you don't want to burn the wrong people. But definitely, there are certain people that do need to get burned by your divine flame, especially the energy vampires. Let's go into more detail with some penta. As I'm shuffling, I'm smelling cigarette. Sorry, hold on. Ugh, I almost tasted it in the back of my tongue. Someone is smoking very heavily. There's stress. But I also see that they're putting their cigarette out on something. I see that they're putting it out on a picture. You could be doing that, or the person that is trying to get all up in your energy could be the one doing that. Sometimes people can use cigarettes as a way to do some type of spell work. So be mindful of that. If you know someone that smokes that's not in your life anymore, then this is likely the person that is trying to get back into your graces. All right, let's get one more spirit. Okay, I see there's some type of plot here. There is a plot here. If someone is coming back into your graces, acting like they have changed, no, they didn't. If anything, they're worse. Okay, I'm going to have to talk about all these cards at once. So, first we have is sweet dream, satisfaction, comfortable, lazy day. Then we have promise, responsible, confirmation, assurance. Then we have okay, stability, harmony, acceptance. And then last, we have robbery, exploitation and auction, and incaution, unfairness. So, like I said, someone is trying to come back into your life. They claim that they are a changed person. Please give me another chance. Let us start new. Let us reconnect. I'm going to say no. The Sweet Dreams Promise and Okay card here is giving me that they're trying to put you to sleep. Like, in a way of, oh, don't think about the past. I'm a different person now. You know, I feel some people are going to try to use, like, even tarot or spiritual teachings to work them against you. Like, holding things on to the past is not good for the energy. I am a changed person. I listen to my intuition. and my intuition let me know that I was wrong. Stuff like that. This they know they know how to use, I guess, spiritual talk for their own favor, but this is only for them to put you to sleep so you don't see them coming to rob you of your energy, to siphon off of you. Maybe for some of you, you feel like you have a little bit of hope for this person. Maybe you have some hope that you might get back together with them. You might reconnect, but don't. This person has not learned their lesson. They still want your energy. They cannot live without it. Even though they have their own and they can sustain themselves, something about your energy brings them to life. Something about your energy just brings anything to life. And they want it for themselves. It's an endless, this person or these people are endlessly consuming other people's energies because they don't know how to tap into their own. Or they have given their energy away to darker forces or made deals with energies that they shouldn't have. So what they lack, they now trying to seek in others. I also feel for some of you, this person that you have walked away from is in some type of cult or in some type of coven. And this coven definitely goes after people with very heightened divine energy. Hold on one second. Okay, so I'm looking at a plan or like a. I feel like I've seen this energy before in one of my readings back in the day. So a storyline that I am picking up here is that a coven has targeted you because of this person. They let their leader know the type of person that you are and the energy that you carry. So for that, they have targeted you to be, their next meal. So they're going to use this person to kind of lure you into, like, if you, okay, I'm sensing like for some of you, this person be like, can we get maybe a coffee? Can we go for a walk in the park? Can we just talk, while we walk? No, you cannot be with this person. They're going to try to get something off of you. They will even try to get the cup that you drank out of and bring it back to their coven leader or to their cult. They will try to take a piece of your hair, even lint from your coat. Anything that is of you, they're trying to bring it back to their coven. For some of you, someone's going to suggest that you join this coven or this cult. They're like, oh, we're about energies and we know how to work with them. I've done spell work. It's great. You should join too. You should not. You better not. And if anything, they're going to just wring you dry. And then they're going to go off to find the next victim that they are going to consume, and so on and so on. Okay. I do have one more energy that I'm coming out here. Then I'll get into the tarot. I also sense some heavy jealousy coming through. Like it looks like this person got into, I guess, maybe spirituality, maybe esoteric, maybe in the tarot or the runes or something. I don't know. This person just recently got into practicing, I guess, their spiritual practices, but it's not clicking because they're not being genuine. They're just going, they acting like that. This is a like, this is, what's the word I'm looking for, like this is a fad, this is like a trend. This is not a trend. If you are committing to your spirituality, this is something that you have to be with, that's going to be with you for the rest of your life. These are These are energies that you are opening up to, good and bad. And you're going to have to learn how to, what's the word I'm looking for? Decipher the energies that come into your life. This person doesn't know how to do that. They are just very much like, I see it online, I'm going to do it because this person said it worked. No, you, on the other hand, you're just like, hold on, let me do my research, let me talk to my guides or to my ancestors or angels to see what insight that they have. You're more connected than they are, and they know that, and they despise that. They think like, with the natural, like, how come it comes easy to you and not to me? Because I'm busy focusing on what I know is good for me, what I know connects to me, what I know and I'm aware of. You are just going by, and I feel a lot of you know a person like this, that they just go by what they see. They like the aesthetic. They very love and light and manifestation spells. Yes, it is like that. That's one aspect of spirituality, but there are other aspects that also have to be integrated, like shadow work, understanding certain parts of yourself that you don't like, but you have to face them because there's energy there that needs to be understood. And once these energies are understood, whatever shame, whatever guilt, whatever fear that you have felt before dissipates. This person has not done their shadow work. So certain things are not working out for them. Let's go into more detail with the tarot. And listen, for those of you that are like listening and you're like, oh no, but I am like, I am a spiritual person. I'm not saying that you're not. You have to be, if you're going to do this, you have to be honest with yourself. Ask for guidance, ask for direction. If you know something is not working, you are free to ask for help for your, excuse me, you're free to ask for help, to ask for divine assistance. However, know that if you're going to go into this, you are going to face parts of yourself that you do not like. And this is not just a one and done healing energy. Personally, for me, you're always on a healing journey because you're always understanding new things about yourself, catching yourself when you're slipping into your anger or your sadness or talking down at yourself. This is something that you have to stay on top of. So know that when you get into this, you're going to see things about yourself that you don't like that you have to face. And it's, again, not a one and done thing. This is a constant work on yourself. Like, okay, one thing like I'm picking up is how like people want to use astrology to kind of put blame on their behavior. And I hate that because that gives a stereotype like, oh, well, they're practicing tarot or they study the zodiac, so they think that their behavior is all in the stars. Some of it is. Like, if you know how to work with your zodiac and not put blame on what you are, but understand why you're putting blame on certain things. Okay, kind of like, for example, for me, I am a Pisces, so I know I tend to be all up in my head when I should be listening or paying attention. And I'm gonna admit one of my flaws is like being in my imagination. Who doesn't like to be in their imagination, especially as a water sign? So I'm aware of that, but I don't say, oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention because I was a Pisces. No, I'm just going to be like, oh, I wasn't paying attention. I was distracting myself in my head. Can you please repeat that? Just know how to work with yourself. All right. Let me get out these tarot cards. Okay, we got two queens and an empress coming out here. So definitely strong coven energy, cult energy, a lot of feminine energy here. If you're a guy, don't worry, take what resonates. All right, I'm going to take these two as a sign. Oh boy, this person is definitely going to get it. Hold on. Let me adjust my camera. There we go. So, with Sweet Dreams, I have the Queen of Cups. So, I feel like this person is definitely going to be coming to you or coming back to you with a lot of love in their heart, and or maybe, I guess, maybe their heart on their sleeves. That is a trap. I believe, strongly believe, this person is not genuine. They just know how to play the game. I also sense with this Queen of Cups that this person is putting some type of glamour magic, again, trying to put you to sleep, to make you think that they're not up to anything, like they're not up to any trouble, or they're not trying to scheme or plot against you, but they are. Give me a minute. Yeah, this is like a couple of times that I have gotten the Queen of Cups, and it's like a nasty energy. Like with the Sweet Dreams and the Queen of Cups, like you would think, oh, this person is so sweet and trustworthy. No, you cannot trust them at all. You already know from the past how they hurt you or harm you. If they change, that's great. But there's still an energy around them that is making them still be manipulative or be deceitful. You cannot have this person in your life. That's it. Once they're out of your life, they are out of your life. Now, with promise, I have the Empress along with the Queen of Coins. So here's another, this feels like another coven leader that is interested in your energy. Now, with this Queen of Coins, some people know or are aware of that you have a natural energy or a natural talent of bringing money to yourself. Even if you're struggling, you still manage to pay your bills, you still manage to go on your trips, you still manage to get your nice glass of wine. This person wants that. Now, mind you, this is an energy that only you can master. They have to master their own energies. But they feel that if they consume your financial energies, they're going to get the big coins and they're going to be in that Empress energy. Maybe for some of you, this is also a warning that if someone is asking you to help donate to this coven or even donate to a church, don't. Oh, okay. Hold on. Ooh, Spirit is saying there's a church that is disguising themselves, or disguising themselves using the energy of God, but all they're doing is consuming people's money, time, and energy. They're not being these people are not God's people. Um they're hmm, hold on. Cuz I see like a pastor's wife getting a little too comfortable dipping into the what's that? It's like a plate that you put cash in. I guess you could call it like the cash plate. She definitely likes to put her hands in there. But she notices that you always give a little extra. I'm going to say either withhold or give less, because this pastor's wife is expecting you to always give a certain amount. And if they try to come to challenge you or to like kind of get up on your face, like, oh, why haven't you paid this? How come the it has gotten less? First of all, it's not even none of their business. Like, if you're not aware of what's happening in the country, by the way, I'm in the U.S. If you're not aware of what's happening in the country, how many people are struggling to get by, then you're showing your true colors. I would say to anyone who's listening to this reading, if you got a pastor or certain people that work in the church pressuring you to give money, to give certain amount, you don't have to. All right, let's move on. Next, with okay, I have the Page of Swords. Now, probably they're going to act like, okay, it's cool. You know what? We understand. The times are tough. We'll work things out. But with this Page of Swords, they're plotting on you. They're like, oh, they didn't do this when they were supposed to give. They didn't do A, B, and C, and D. So we're going to be plotting on them. However, regardless of the church or the coven or the cult, they are not as advanced in in practicing magic or witchcraft or spells like you. They're assuming that you are on their level, but you are way above them. I feel some people are aware of it and some people are not, but they feel confident enough that they're going to take you down. Hold on, let me take a sip of water. A lot of eyes on you. Definitely a lot of eyes and schemes and plans against you. However, last, with robbery, I have the Tower along with the Hierophant. Now, as I'm doing this, we're about to or just entered Taurus season. So whatever that they were trying to do to you in the last few days or weeks of Aries season, they are going to get a Tower. Because whatever magic or spell that they were trying to conjure up is going to backfire. And I feel that this spell that they were conjuring for you was definitely going to be dark. Like, almost take your life away kind of dark. But with this Hierophant here, I feel like you are going to see the Tower happen in... Hold on. Sorry, my sister was distracting me. I feel like you're going to witness their tower in their own sort of like abode or like wherever hideout that they have. For some of you that is in relation to the church, you're going to see this tower happen at the church. Like, ooh, I'm getting like the building might get flooded, even maybe catch fire, earthquake. Like, God is going to be unhappy that you're using his name in his house to go hurt and cause harm to others. But God is going to use you to make an example out of what happens when you come after the gifted, the anointed. Like, yeah, see what happens when you try to go after my children, my anointed. You're going to lose everything. I also feel that for a lot of you, aside from that story, I do see that with this Tower and Hierophant, that whatever structures, or it could be like a physical structure or like a mental structure, or some kind of routine or plan, something is going to get shaken up. But it's going to get shaken up because Spirit or God is going to try to make you avoid getting this robbery energy. Maybe for some of you, you're planning to go somewhere, or you were going to go somewhere and the trip stopped. Certain things got canceled. Maybe certain things didn't go your way. That was divine orchestration, especially with this Tower and Hierophant. Just because certain things did not work out doesn't mean that it was something bad happening to you. This was God protecting you, because these people are out to consume your energy. I also, hold on. Oh, I'm looking at the bottom of the deck. I will take this. I have the Fool. Spirit is going to align you to a new energy where people are going to respect your presence, your light, will not abuse it. Maybe for some of you, this is also finding a new church, maybe finding a new group to worship, to learn. It doesn't have to be just about church, because also with the Hierophant, this could be institutions that you're just going to probably be realigned to. Give me one more minute. Sorry, I'm a little quiet because still a couple more energies are trying to come through. Again, if something does not work out on your behalf, it's because God is protecting you from a very powerful energy that is trying to remove you off of this reality. I'm definitely going to put that out there 10 toes deep. I'm also getting a strong energy for Taurus season. Now, I haven't looked at the planetary forecast for Taurus season, because I know right now, like, we just finished getting out of Aries and that was already intense as it is. I'm hoping that Taurus season is a little bit more easier. However, there is going to be some type of destruction or shock coming through, and you're going to be able to handle it with ease. So I will say that. Now, let's wrap up this reading with some final messages from the Clo, and let's see what they have to say about this. All right, we're doing 2. Excellent. So first I have is the Silent, and then I have the Fight. Pick your battles carefully. Like I was saying before, know when to use your flame to burn away the distractions, the destruction, and the blockages that people or even yourself that have made self-imposed put on. Use your flame to do that. But don't use your flame, because I'm looking at this Fight card. Don't use your flame just on anyone. Like, your flame is powerful. When I mean it's like destructive, it's probably like 10 towers in one. You have to be careful where you are aligning your flame to. Give me 1 minute. Move in silence, especially for a lot of you that are walking away from certain groups, environments. Don't let them know where you're moving. Don't let them know where you're going. Because again, someone's trying to come back into your life to obtain something from you so that you can be somebody's next meal. It is heavily, heavily, heavily important that you move in silence. Maybe for some of you, this is going to have to be the whole Taurus season. Move in silence, especially when making money. Very good time to start making money and saving. However, someone does have an eye on your savings and has an eye on your money magic. So if you are, I will not mention anything of what you're doing different. Like if someone notices like, oh, how you're making more money. And you could just be like, oh, maybe I'm just lucky. You know what you're doing. Just keep it under wraps, because they're trying to figure out your formula so that, or not even try to figure out, they're just trying to steal your formula so then they can apply it to themselves. So please move in silence when it comes to money. And again, know when to use your flame to fight off and fend off evils and not just regular people. And with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Please give it a like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more insight and messages. I would truly appreciate it, and it will give tremendous support to my channel. And thank you to the new and current viewers and subscribers for coming to my channel to hear these messages. I definitely appreciate it. And all right, I'm messing up my outro. Thank you. I truly appreciate it, and it gives tremendous support. And if you feel that this reading did not resonate, no worries. Feel free to check out the other readings on my channel. There's definitely a message there for you. So my collective, this new moon is powerful. Use it to the max capacity. Even go over the max. This is an energy that you need to harvest before others try to harvest your energy. Harvest the flame so you can burn your enemies away. Harvest the flame of the Aries energy so that way you're able to combat and fight off these forces that are trying to come for your light and power. Heavy on, again, with the money energy, be mindful of it. Be aware of certain people trying to come back into your life, especially those that you know you have cut off for good. And expect to see some type of divine destruction coming into work in your favor. You will witness that. And with that said, stay safe and have a good day.